Alright everyone, this could be a bit of a topical video. I want your thoughts on it as well. We all know, as it stands, 7 games to go, 11 points clear, should be 14. If you factor in other games we've given stuff away or not dealt with things correctly, I could name the Goodison Park game, I could name Villa, I could name Newcastle, where ideally we should have another 6 points on the board. So in theory we should really be 20 points clear, but we're not, we're 11. That's the cold harsh truth. And let's go back to yesterday. Nervy start, lucky very early on. They could have had a penalty. Gallagher literally wiping out, was it Rodrigo Muniz? Was that? Or whatever he's called. His name completely escapes me first thing this morning. Let's have a look. I'm just going to have a look. Sunday, really. Lineups. Rodrigo Muniz, yeah, I was right. And now to say they checked the Virgil van Dijk thing. I can't blame Virgil van Dijk for that. But that instant, all that came about was Konate taking his eye off the ball, so to speak. Eventually we scored a fantastic goal from McAllister. You can't take anything away from that. It was a wonderful strike. And we should have kicked on from that, but what the hell did we do? I'll name some incidents. We've got Virgil van Dijk being outmuscled. We've got Robbo trying to pass the ball to Curtis Jones and completely fucking it up. That's twice against Fulham. He has completely let us down. Twice. Konate, there's one point the ball's being played over. He's more worried about Curtis Jones and not doing his job. If he does his job there, would Curtis Jones have been put under that pressure? I mean, Curtis Jones is not a right back. And I think he thought, like I did watching, that Konate's got that covered. To me, Konate was a bit of a liability yesterday, and Robbo was a liability. I can't fault Curtis Jones when he's not playing in his natural position. Virgil van Dijk's seat was off yesterday. Mo was a bit off it. And it's things we've seen in recent games. I mean, I've just done a video on a potential Mo replacement, and one of the comments in the thread underneath, I'm not going to read the name out, but it says, no player should hold the club to ransom. It was quite clear today, as in many games recently, that Mo, Verge, Robbo, Ebo, Jota, Nunes definitely need replacing. That is my opinion and many others. I've never thought I would say that half of my great team should be replaced. It is a sad day for me. And this is where I'm probably going to upset Liverpool fans, fellow fans. And I care greatly for the club. I was devastated at that performance yesterday. I don't take us losing very well. That's probably why I didn't. And especially, I don't mind. I can accept a defeat, but I can't accept shoddy shit show performances, which is what we got yesterday. It's probably why I didn't really talk about it much last night. I just said it was awful several times. So, just for fellow fans, I think this person's got a point. Robbo, I love Robbo to bits. He's given everything for the club. Absolutely everything. His assist record's only beaten by Trent. I mean, you look at his social media stuff. If I search, I don't know if it's Twitter or not. Let's have a look. Might be his Twitter actually. But there's one of his social media accounts. Yeah, it's Twitter. Made in Scotland, found in Liverpool. The club means everything to him. But have we now reached the stage where we are crossing the line of the best for the club, and between that and being sentimental, I think we may have. I think Robbo's time is done. Sorry, but it's done. He did. He was very much responsible for dropping points at Anfield in the 2-2 draw. Got sent off. He made one howl against Wolves where he literally left. I can't remember who it was. Was it? I can't remember who it was. I'd have to literally look back at the team sheet for Wolves, and I can't be bothered. But he left them a whole half of the pitch on our left-hand side to run into. And then yesterday, that crossfield pass, not only did he feck it up, it had no height on it. It was easy to cut out. It was woeful. Absolutely shocking. And it led to a goal. Virgil van Dijk. He's our captain. He came out after, was it the cup final or PSG? I can't remember which one. And said we need to work our asses off. Brilliant statement. Didn't see it yesterday. Feck me. If that is how he's performing, I can see why the club aren't tying him down to a new contract, because we need better. When the chips were down, did he stand up and be counted? It didn't look like it. I'm sorry, but we can't accept that. I want him to stay, but not if he's going to play like that. Ibrahim Konate. He was a worry for me, and there's a few times I've worried about him. But the thing is, when we played Ipswich in the first game of the season, Kwanzaa didn't have the best first half. He got hauled off at half time, which obviously affected his confidence for some time, and Konate was brought on. Konate has not a really good first half at all. In fact, neither of them did. I mean, I saw claims in the chat about getting them both off. But Konate was left on. It's as though Kwanzaa isn't trusted. But we've got no other option. We've got no other first natural dedicated centre-back available. Do we? I'm trying to think. No, I don't think we do. And I can't fault Curtis Jones because he's not a right back. So he gets a bit of leeway here. If we go to our midfield, Maka, Grav, and Dom. I don't think Dom asserted his authority on the game. Maka tried. He had a couple of shots from distance as well. He had that goal. Grav, I just don't think it was his composed self. Mo has been off the boil for some time. I don't know what we do to fix it. The problem is we can't drop him because we've got nobody there that can match his numbers. We rely on him, and it's getting to the point. Do we keep him and rely on him some more, or do FSG open their checkbook, open the wallet for once, and buy players to actually take the load off him, because it's ridiculous. Or do we just let him go? And I can understand why, because he's sort of dropped off the thing, and I don't want him to go. He's a fantastic player. But we've got to be able to cope without Mo Salah. Eventually he will retire. It's a fact of life. Every player retires. You don't play forever. And then when that day comes, where do we go? Where do those goals and assists come from? We need to start thinking about the future. And when do we start thinking about it? When he's actually retired? Or do we start thinking about it now? I think we should start thinking about it now. Get somebody in to help him. Or we could just let him go and show FSG what the fans have been shouting out for years. How important he is. How important he's been, because when he goes, that's when we'll realise how much of a player he's been. Nunes, he can... I mean, yes, he's had issues. He had to have help for the deal with trolls, and I don't think it's right to attack a player personally. I mean, we see players have bad games, and it's usually not when they're like white British, or usually when it's from like a different culture or different country or follow a different religion. There's a minority. Have a go at them. Have a go at the family. Threaten them. I'm sorry, but if you do that to any of our players, you're no fan. And if you're attacking Darwin Núñez like that, then you're no fan. He shouldn't have to seek help to deal with people like that. What I don't like about Darwin Núñez is he's not a Liverpool number 9. It's quite clear he's not a Liverpool number 9. He may be a lovely person. He comes across a lovely person. But he was bought to be a goal scorer for the club, not a nice person. Yes, I admire his work rate, his passion, his desire. He gives everything a lot of the time. But we need goals from him, and he's not providing that, so he has to go. Yes, Jota scored against Everton, but that's 2 goals in I don't know how many games. I like Diego Jota, but he's fragile, he's not scoring enough, he needs to go. Luis Diaz, absolute threat against Everton. And yes, he was a threat when he came on, he got the goal. But he's not consistent. He could have those 2 games and he could be anonymous for the other 7. We need, and I think this is where fellow fans are going to get angry, we need to just rip that forward line up. We need to rip that defence up. I think it's time we got talented, younger, hungry players in, players that want to fight, because what I saw against Newcastle in the final, what I saw yesterday, there was no fight. We're Liverpool. What was it that was said when Jurgen was here? Turn doubters from believers, this means more. Well, those believers are starting to doubt again because of these performances. This means more. Well, show it, please. I'm going to have a look at some match ratings, I think. Let's see if I can find some. And see if I agree with them. I even don't think Kelleher was at his best yesterday. This is Anfield. Have them, Daily Express. Let's have a look. Liverpool's entire defence and attack gets less than 5 out of 10 rating from This is Anfield. So let's see. So let's have a look. Kelleher, right? This is Anfield gave him a 5. The Echo gave him a 5. Goal gave him a 4. Foot Mobile Stats gave him 5.3. This is Anfield Readers gave him 4.1. Average 4.7. Do you know what? That's fair. Jones. This is Anfield 5. The Echo 5. Goal 4. Foot Mobile Stats 5.1. This is Anfield Readers 4.1. Average 4.6. Again, I think that's fair, but you've got to remember he's not a right back. Canate. This is Anfield 4. The Echo 3. Goal 5. Football Mobile Stats 5.6. This is Anfield Readers 2.4. Average 4. I'm giving him a 2. I'm sorry, Konate was awful. Van Dijk. This is Anfield 5. The Echo 5. Goal 4. Foot Mobile Stats 5.8. Really? This is Anfield Readers 3.1. Average 4.6. I'm giving him a 3. Robertson 5, the Echo 5, Goal 3, Football Mobile Stats 5.2. This is Anfield Readers 2.4 with an average of 4.1. Robbo, I'm giving him between a 1 and a 2. He was absolutely horrific. Grav, the 3 publications there gave him 5s. Football Mobile Stats gave him 7.2. What? 7.2. This is Anfield Readers gave him a 5.1, average of 5.5. I'd give him a 5. McAllister got 7 from This is Anfield, 6 from the Echo. Goal gave him 7, 7.4 from Football Mobile Stats, 6.6 from the Readers, 6.8 average. There's a 0.2 difference between him and Grau. I'd give McAllister a 6. I wouldn't have said there's Dom. 5 from This is Anfield, 3 from the Echo, 4 from Goal. Football Mobile Stats 5.5. This is Anfield Readers 3.4, 4.3. I'm giving him a 3. This is Anfield gave Mo a 4. The Echo gave him a 5. 700 Goal, 6.4 from Football Mobile Stats. The Readers 2.7, average 4.6. I'm giving Mo a 3. Gakpo, this is Anfield, 4. The Echo, 5. Goal, 4. Foot Mobile stats, 6. Average, the readers gave him 4.4. Average 4.7. Give him a 4. Jota got 4 from This Is Anfield. The Echo gave him 5. Goal gave him 4. Foot Mobile stats 6.4. Average, This Is Anfield readers 3.7. Average 4.6. I'd give him a 4. Diaz, because he came on, and I thought he had a good game. Literally, the 3 publications gave him a 7. Football Mobile Stats gave him 7.4. The readers gave him 7.3. And the average was 7.1. I'd say 7 is fair. He scored, and he looked a threat. Elliot got 7 from This Is Anfield. The Echo and Goal gave him 6. Football Mobile Stats gave him 6.6. And the readers gave him 6.9 with an average of 6.5. I'd say between 6 and 7. He looked lively. I'm sure there's players on here that there is other players. Bradley got 7s across the board from the papers, and this is Anfield. Foot Mobile gave him 7.4. The readers also gave him 7.1. I'd say 7. You also got to remember he's just come back. Now the one player, there's there's 2 that aren't on that list that did come on. This is Anfield gave Chiesa a 6, but he played 8 minutes, so it's really hard to judge in 8 minutes. Nunes came on for Jota. He had 23 minutes, and they gave him a 5. I'm trying to remember Nunes actually playing. I'm going to give Nunes a 4. They gave Diaz our man of the match, player of the match. So, they also, I think, mentioned some key points for players. They gave Arne Slot a 6. And that I agree with. Players are tired. We could have started with Elliot and Endo. I think Endo would have had more fight than what we saw out there. I mean, yes, I've said Endo at his 100% best is probably maybe 50% what we need. But at least he gives his best. Did we see the best of our midfield yesterday? No, we did not. I mean, they've slated some things here in the article about the entire defence and attack getting less than 5. Konate's relationship with Van Dijk doesn't look as sturdy as it did. And the Echoes, Ian Doyle thought he was all over the place. I think that partnership is not working at the moment. Dom was completely anonymous. Our best players were probably, if you take out the fact Maka scored, but our best players were Bradley and Diaz, and they came on. Chiesa offered more in 8 minutes than maybe Jota did. In how many minutes did he play? Let's have a look. Jota came off after 67 minutes, and Chiesa did more in 8 minutes. And we saw the same in the cup final. Our team is a mess. It really is. We're not performing. We're not firing. If we win the league, we're going to limp over the line, I think. That's a big if from that. There's clearly issues at the back. We're being exploited. And we've shown fragility in games. We showed it against Man United. We showed it against the first game against Newcastle and at Wembley against Newcastle. We showed it against Villa. We showed it at Goodison Park. Look at the Wolves game where we were literally second best in the entire second half. This isn't just a one-off thing. The cracks are showing. And what do we do with it? What do we do? It's hard to say. I mean, I think we're going to have to throw the sentimental side out, and we're going to have to be ruthless. But who do you bring in? I mean, I can name 3 players. One that can play on the wing. In fact, 2 that can play on the wing. 2 can play behind a striker. In Shirky and Morgan Rogers. Then we've got Xavi Simons as well. We need to bring in younger, hungrier players. The thing is, we won't. That's the problem. FSG are content to get 4th for Champions League football. There is no desire from our owners. If there's no desire from the owners to push, then changes need made from the top all the way down. I think if Bill Shankly was here and he saw that game and he could walk into the dressing room at half time, I think he'd be furious. Can you imagine how a Man United dressing room would have been in the 90s if Fergie had witnessed that? Can you imagine an early 80s Forest dressing room if Brian Clough had witnessed that? There's no excuse for inadequate, inept performances, and that's what we got. Why are the ratings so low? Because we were absolutely awful. That's not what I want to say, but I'm trying to do it calmly. We were a big pile of, and you can put whatever choice of word in you want there. So going back to that comment, saying it was clear that Mo, Virgil, Robbo, Ebo, Jota and Nunes definitely need replacing. And he's very probably right. Because that's not the first time we've seen errors recently. We saw, was it Everton? Yes, it was Everton when Virgil van Dijk literally kicked the air and Konate was very nervy. That's carried over into this game. Robbo against Everton had a good game. Yesterday, oh my god, did he not? The midfield is exhausted. But if we want to rotate the three, we can't bring in Jones because he's playing at right back. So if we wanted to rotate the entire midfield yesterday, we would have had Endo, Elliott, and who? Our other midfielder is playing right back. We should have strengthened in January. That's one thing where the owners has let us down. I mean, look at the players that were moving. There was it Gonzalez moved to City, Mamouche moved to City. I think Juventus got Moani in. Villa got Asensio in. And those last two, Moani and Asensio, were loans. Why couldn't we have even gone in for that, even on a loan? I mean, yes, Marco Asensio's just turned 29, but for a loan to get us through to the line till summer, surely he'd be something that would. And he's taken to the Premier League really well. I mean, what's his record for Villa? Premier League, 6 matches, 3 goals, 1 assist. He's done more in 6 games than Diaz and Jota have done in 40 odd between them. There were players available, even on loan, we could have done, even if they didn't want to spend, that could have helped see us over the line, but the owners wouldn't even do that. It does worry me, and I did say in the catch up on the Saturday night, I said I was feeling the same butterflies I did in post-COVID when I was worried about whether we could. I was nervous about whether we would do it because we'd been so close so many times before. I was worried. Thought we're going to throw it away again, aren't we? Because after the first game back, we were very off the pace. We weren't the side that we'd seen all season. And I was having the same nerves on Saturday night ahead of that game. And I remember going out on I think it was. I'd been out, as I said yesterday, I went to the cinema. I came back, had lunch, and I knew I needed to put petrol in the car because all the petrol stations around us are literally reliable ones anyway, are connected to supermarkets, and on a Sunday everywhere shuts early because of Sunday trading. So I needed to put petrol in the car to go up to the coast and things, which I did later. And I remember saying to myself in the car, we're gonna bloody throw this away, aren't we? I'm not confident today. Something had just hit me and I was not confident. I just thought back to some of the instances of Everton. I want the team to prove me wrong, but I'm starting to get nervous and anxious now for the season. We're 7 games. Everybody's telling me we're going to win it eventually. So why am I still apprehensive and nervous? There's loads of people saying it's not a case of if, it's a case of when. Why am I still feeling if? I don't know. After yesterday, it was like a gut punch. It was like a punch to the stomach. We had a chance to get further ahead because of our Arsenal slipping up, and we couldn't. In fact, we are worse off today than we were at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning in terms of points gap, and we shouldn't be. We got lucky. They got a very soft penalty, did Everton, and held out, but we haven't taken advantage of it. We should be taking advantage when rivals are slipping up, because it gives them confidence to know that they've dropped points on a Saturday and actually closer on the Sunday, because we've dropped even more. We dropped 3, they dropped 2. I just don't know anymore. Oh well. West Ham next. Thank you very much for listening to me rant. But I'm not happy with the performance, as you can tell. Alright everyone, take care and I'll speak to you all soon, alright?